sports? Football? Still doing any of that?
To be honest, ever since I tore my Achilles, like that was.
Oh, that's the injury.
But that was
there, bro.
Like I would still do it, but the thing is, like, that's a lot of people. They'll train 6 days of the week and they'll do 1 hour of intramural sports, but like that's a completely different training protocol. And like, like you're controlling the movement. It's more like it's not really athletic movements like fast twitch muscle fibers. It's slow twitch. So like. For me, when I tore my Achilles and I was out for a year, I couldn't walk for 3 months. I couldn't train for 6, and I couldn't fully for a year for an hour. And if I'm going to dedicate that much time, the same thing with mobility. If you want to be a bodybuilder and build your tissue, but I'm telling you to work on mobility and you didn't fuck all, and you keep having the same issues, you're not going to progress as a bodybuilder, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not into bodybuilding, you're not going to put priority. Like if you want to be a family person and be a dad and you're like, I want to go to the park with my kid. Like I don't give a shit about like competing, but I still want to feel good. So like, and that's the thing too about nutrition or supplements. People are like, yo, should I buy this creatine? Should I buy this? I'm like, diet and nutrition will achieve like 90% to your goals. Now, what's your priority in your budget compared to like how much you want to push that limit of your percentage? So if you buy creatine, that's like say $50 a month, you can push yourself to 91. You buy multivitamin, $100, push yourself to 92. So what's that worth to you, that extra 10% of what you can push your physique versus your budget on those extra supplements? Yeah, you could take those for sure, but like what's the trade-off? Or do you like reduce the amount of percentage and like the cost, but now you're spending that money on like if you like travel or going out to restaurants.
Yeah, see, I had a friend driving like Toys Keely's driving like.
Yeah.
Now you can't drive.
Right, bro.
For like 6 months he was down, you know?
Right. And then that's like going through that pain and that process.
Yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
I was like, I never want somebody else to go through that. So if I see some people, like my clients doing something wrong, I'm like, this is what I recommend. I feel like you need more dorsiflexion in your ankle when you squat because you're having knee issues. I'm like, God forbid you put because most of the injuries don't happen in the gym. But that's why I put myself in positions when I'm doing my mobility. You're like, man, you look like a human pretzel. Because I never really want to be put on a position like, say in the winter, I slip and fall on ice and my leg gets tucked underneath me. And I don't ever do that when I stretch. And because my quad rips off the tendon. And now I can't train for a year.
You don't even have to fall. Mind you, just that quick.
I know
exactly.
Exactly. So I never want to have that same feeling that people get of a good workout. I never want to have that feeling of that being taken away from them. Because that's only people need that. And that's why we struggled so much with COVID, like that mental, like that exertion, like you had so much pent up energy that you just needed to like expel it. That's why as soon as COVID happened, barbell, squat rack, like treadmill, I know I needed to have that in my life because everything else was like status quo.
What do you want people to remember you by? What do you want your legacy to be? When you say David, what do you want them to remember you by?
Like I mentioned before, like in terms of like, I might not be the biggest, strongest, fastest, richest, whatever I was, but like, I just want people to like look at me and like whatever task I was doing, whether it's personal training with a client, whether it's training myself, like you said, I'm training doing legs and like that extra, like, okay, you got nothing left in you. It's like, I never want to disappoint people and like always feel like that guy gave his full intention, full effort. There wasn't anything that he half-assed, regardless of how successful he was. Like I did my show and I got 9th place in physique, but like there's nothing in that prep that I could have done more that could have changed that result. And that's why I'm happy with what I got. I cheated on my diet, if I didn't do my cardio and I got the placing, I'm like, the thought of what if will fester in your mind like a poison rather than knowing what the outcome is. I got 9th and there's nothing more I could have done to change that placing, right? So if you go through life just putting intention and not regretting anything, doing anything in life and putting 100% to it, you'll never fail. And don't stop. The moment you stop, like if you're running a race and you can't run, okay, start jogging, start walking, start crawling, just don't stop moving. Like people that run a mile in 6 minutes and people that run a mile in 10 minutes, they're at the end of the day, they both ran a mile, regardless of how fast or efficient they get there, right? So I would say just judge people effort, only effort.
What's one thing people should say less and do more?
Starting their fitness journey. Because every single, I need to book a session with you, but like I'm going on vacation or like next month I'm gonna get my nutrition down on pack, and I'm looking at their story and they're like, fuck, I'm training with David on Monday, and they're like eating pizza on Saturday, they're having a bender on Sunday, they need to get out of their system. And I'm like, you know what? Send me your check-ins before you fly out. And they send in, and they're like, all right, weight's 200. And they're like, all right, I'm ready to start. I'm like, send me another check-in on Monday. And he's like, fuck, 10 pounds. And it's like, why? There's never a good time to start. Just start now. And like, don't overwhelm yourself, because people, as soon as they want to start, they're like, I need to like do an hour of cardio. I need to drop my calories. I need to like go full tilt because they want that quick fix. I want this weight off fast. But like, you need to control one thing at a time. Don't change your diet. Don't change nothing. Just get 10,000 steps a day. Okay, you feel comfortable. That's something you control in your life. Okay, tackle your diet. Most people fail because they try to take on too much at once and they don't know. And as soon as it gets hard, they're like, okay, this is too much. You know what I mean? And people ask me, what do I do to look like you? I never prescribe that because it's going to overwhelm them. And like the same way how you're actively listening, you're not on your phone, eye contact, body language. I'm giving my time a day and the same effort you see me in the podcast, the same effort I give the clients. But if you're disinterested and you just want to make small talk with me, I'm not going to take out time in my day, my social like strength and like energy to explain to you this is what you need to eat. I don't talk to training nutrition with clients, with other people, because at the end of the day, I'd rather just talk about something else that you want. What's your passionate about? Because like I want to learn about you versus because you see me being jacked and fit and you're like, what can I relate to him something? I'd rather talk about the weather than like what color this wall is gonna be painted or how it's gonna dry than talking about fitness, because there's nothing worse than going in one year out the other and people don't value your opinion, right? So
or
exactly.
Yeah.